Dems look unhinged. Conservatives rally around RFK Jr.'s masterclass confirmation hearing performance. So here's the thing. You can't rely on any of the media or the podcasters because, well, the Bible tells you why. It does. It tells you that this world, there's nothing new under the sun. The mob's still trying to stay in control. They all panicked when Trump ran the first time and then now this time. And everybody's just getting in place. And many of the people that are in Washington are connected. They are, whether it's through the secret societies or they're just, that's nothing new. That's what has been going on. The underworld. The underworld is literally the sons of perdition. That is the underworld, as the CIA and FBI documents say. Underworld figures. And the people that protect those underworld figures are the media, which is why we've been lied to. Yeah, they'll tell you some truths, especially when they start coming under fire. They'll try to straighten up their act, but really they're not gonna tell it all to you because they wouldn't be in their positions if they were going to tell it all to you. They wouldn't. I mean, there's a reason people like me get silenced. That will continue. There's no free speech absolutist here. I mean, no, Elon Musk, he shadow bans everybody. Like I've said just recently, people being surprised that you're still being shadow banned, don't be. That's not going to change. And it's not because of Trump. It's not his fault. It's because these shadowy people, that's why they all love that RFK is there. The Dems are just acting. All these people. I mean, there may be a few on the right side, but very few. Because look at even your alternative media doesn't want to say the truth. And the fact is, it's very simple what happened to JFK. It was a mob hit. People have said for years that, they don't want to disclose that because it would be embarrassing to the CIA. No, they don't want to disclose it because the CIA has done many operations with the mob. And this was a mob war between the Italian mafia and the Irish mafia. And the same thing you've been dealing with for the past 4 years with people invading your country, many of them gang members who have long rap sheets, which is why, as I said in my last video, Trump wants to send these people to Guantanamo Bay, and he should, because they're gang members. MS-13 has been invading the country forever. God, I remember having to learn about them at my very first nursing job, because I mostly worked with adolescents that were part of the state system. And so, you'd come across, I never came across any MS-13, but we had to have training about MS-13. So, this is nothing new. So the media is all, and your podcasters, what did they do? They praised RFK Jr. and my gut kept telling me, no, there's something, I can't get over it. I can't get past it with RFK. Can't get past it. And, then with that whole bear incident, okay, that's just craziness, okay? Taking pictures with a dead bear and you're sticking your fingers in its mouth. And no, that's just craziness. And the sons of perdition is the mob. It's your mobsters. Why do you think this world has made you love the mobsters? On my shelf, on my bookshelf, I have a whole shelf of all the Sopranos DVDs, every season. This world wants you to fall in love with the mobsters. They're so cool. And yeah, everybody, you couldn't help, but there's this part of you that loved Tony Soprano. You loved the psychopath, right? Because you thought, he's got a heart in there somewhere. But then, no, he didn't. It was meant to do that. Scarface, take your pick. You've got a slew of mobster movies. Robert De Niro, Al Pacino, all of them. Ray Liotta. It's because that's what runs the world. And they're tied to globalists, and they're tied to everything that is meant to F up the world. So the media is not going to change. The podcasters aren't going to get honest, because they wouldn't have millions of followers unless they were being allowed to have them, because they're never going to say what people like me are saying. You know, all these people that have pushed, RFK Jr., he's going to make everything healthier. No, he could have done this years ago. I mean, years ago, people were coming to him about the vaccine stuff. No, it wasn't until Trump ran that the Kennedys seemed to get all freaked out, the Kennedy family in general. Like, and how many buildings are named after the Kennedys? I mean, and, you know, there's something to be said that if you make some sacrifices to, you know, the wrong God, or gods, we should say, you know, you can have everything you want in this world. But then that very evilness said that to Jesus himself. I'll give you everything. I'll give you everything you want. That's what it says to many of the Hollywood people that are the biggest and the famous. They seem to have a lot of death behind them. Family members, friends. Yeah, there has to be some sacrifices. And look at the amount of sacrifices the Kennedys have had. I mean, what's his name? Edward Kennedy, Teddy Kennedy. Oh, he was such a grouch, that man. But I mean, you know, he literally let a woman die in a car that went to the bottom of the lake in Chappaqua, and ran home, and he was drunk, never faced any consequences for it, because he's a Kennedy. They're the Camelot. JFK was a Camelot. Yeah, no. No, just some damn mob war. And of course, mobsters would want to get into the highest office of America. I mean, you think they left this? I mean, they didn't just disappear from the streets. They got into your Department of Justice. They got into your FBI. They definitely got into the CIA. They got many positions. They became politicians. So there's going to be no media that's going to get honest. God himself will reveal all of this. And obviously, with the past 8 years, the amount that's been being revealed, you know, these guys are on a ticking, you know, the clock is ticking. Because it all makes sense. I mean, you know, it all makes sense that why they all freaked out, because Trump did help, you know, the good FBI, or the good, I don't know who it was, but the people that were trying, and I think that's the FBI, going after mobsters in New York, and he said to use his casinos. So he knew what was going on. And they never worried about Trump, because Trump just built his buildings, and they just saw him as some arrogant, you know, loudmouth, whatever they thought. But when he ran for president and they saw that they couldn't control him, well, they all panicked. Look at the Kennedys, are all into that liberal art stuff. And the liberal art stuff, the reason that is so deceptive in a way is it's because it's meant to show you why the red carpet, you know. You see the beautiful gowns, the beautiful makeup, how skinny they are, just how amazing they are, and you fall in love with it. It's what they did with the Greek goddesses and gods too. It's all part of that deceptive game. To pull you in, to make you love the world. To make you love the world so much that you don't want to leave it. You want to upload your consciousness to the cloud. Like, it's just so ridiculous. These people literally think that God will not be able to take care of that problem. No, God will, you know, God says what he does with this. Yeah, Sheol, hell. So, but we need to get this curse off of us. America had many good people that came here with good intentions, with Jesus, and wanting to create a Christian nation, and the mob followed many of them.